Hey babes, I'm Brianna, your no niche brand strategist. And this is Strategy Saturdays, where I help you come up with content ideas and frameworks to help you elevate your content strategy. And today is dedicated to my no niche content creators. Those of you who want to cover a ton of topics, but still want to grow on socials. So if you've ever opened up TikTok and thought, so do I focus on my wellness? Do I focus on my travel? Or do I talk about my healing money mindset journey? Oh, or maybe I focus on that genius food hack I just discovered. And then you end up posting nothing because you felt like all of that was all too random. Then this is the video that you needed like yesterday. Today, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step how to plan, script, and organize your content as a multi-passionate content creator. Or even if you're just somebody who hasn't discovered their niche yet. This isn't a mindset fluff video. This is pen to paper. Let's map your content tutorial style energy. And I'm so excited about this video because I'm not just going to sit here and tell you how to do it. I'm going to show you in real time with a full example. So let's get into it. See, here's the thing. Niches are for filing cap. You're a whole human. You're not some sort of little tab that needs to fit into a box. So if you've ever been told that your brand needs to fit into this clean little box, then here's your permission slip to go ahead and burn that box. Instead of you trying to narrow yourself down, I want you to think in storylines. Your content doesn't necessarily need to be one-dimensional, but what it does need to do is make sense. And what makes it make sense for the story that you're telling, not the topic that you're covering. So instead of saying, I'm a coach who also likes fashion and journaling and morning routines, what you should be saying is, I'm documenting what it looks like to rebuild your confidence, your routine, and your income from scratch. And here's everything that I'm learning along the way. Boom! Now all of those random topics turn into scenes of the exact same show. So let's build this live together. Meet Jasmine. She is our fictional but very realistic content creator. She's into journaling and mindset work, affordable fashion, romanticizing her daily activities, and talking about healing her relationship with money. Jasmine's not a finance coach. She's not a fashion influencer. She is just Jasmine, and she likes making content because she has a lot of things to say. So let's turn Jasmine's messy mix of interests to a clear personal brand. And then we're going to plan her content around it. First things first is we're going to find her story theme. Jasmine doesn't need a niche. What she needs is a narrative. We're going to help her find her story theme, which is like an umbrella message that holds all of her content together. So in order to figure that out, we're going to use this fill in the blank prompt. I'm documenting what it looks like to blank and how I'm using blank and blank to get there. So for Jasmine, it'll be, I'm documenting what it looks like to rebuild my soft life from the ground up and how I'm using mindset work and small routines to do it. Now that is content. Why? Because it connects all of her passions without her needing to choose just one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to map out her weekly content around that theme in a way that's realistic. We're not going aspirational. We're not turning this into like a burnt out bait. We're just talking realistic. For the sake of this example, because I know this applies to a bunch of you, Jasmine is also going to have a 9 to 5. She gets off of work around 5:30 and she's tired. She still has errands, maybe family, and maybe she's just trying to get through the week without falling apart. And putting too much on her plate in terms of content is going to legit overwhelm her. So let's simplify this. So what that means is we're not posting 7 days a week because sustainability is going to beat intensity every single time. So instead, we're just going to post 5 days a week. Posting 5 days a week gives her structure, flexibility, and includes built-in rest so she can actually stay consistent for more than 10 days. So here's what her content looks like, and let's walk through this one by one together. Monday is going to be her hook/short form content. So the video idea here is going to be how being broke made me fall in love with my morning routine. This is so scroll stopping because it's relatable. And it speaks to a real life moment that Jasmine is currently in. She's tired, probably budgeting for the week ahead, and maybe feeling a little bit of overwhelm. This specific video is going to be designed to attract new viewers through a story-driven hook that hits emotionally. It's short form, so it's easy to record on the weekend or even maybe during her lunch break on Monday. This also requires no overthinking because she's genuinely just talking about what she's actually going through in life. And then on Tuesday, it could be a little long form vlog. So the video idea here could be soft life, but make it budget. Here's my $25 morning routine. Why do I keep saying morning? Any routine. I always default to morning routines. Okay, so you're probably asking why vlog on a Tuesday. Tuesday could be Jasmine's content anchor day. This is where she gets to show way more of herself. She's not dropping value here. She's more so building connection. And long form videos lets her actually explain her story. She gets to take people inside of her world. And since we know she's working a 9 to 5, she could film this over the weekend and then edit it on Monday night. And here's a little pro tip for my 9 to 5ers. You can add a voiceover instead of trying to talk live. That way you can film silently and then you narrate while you're like winding down for the day. That's when your like little sultry voice kicks in. That's when more people are willing to pay attention. You get it. This vlog is going to deepen the relationship with her audience. It's not necessarily about virality. It's more so about bonding. And then on Wednesday is going to be like a quick tutorial. This idea could be something like 3 journal prompts that changed my relationship to money. Midweek content should feel light, but also helpful. Everyone's going to be tired on a Wednesday. Attention spans are going to be low. So this is going to be a quick tip/tutorial that's going to give you instant value. This piece is going to position Jasmine as someone with a little bit of insight. She's not a guru, she's not a coach, but she's just a relatable girl who's going to share what's working for her. It's going to help build her credibility in a very gentle way. Also, with her 9 to 5, it's going to be very easy to film. This could just be B-roll of her journaling, and then she can overlay the prompts and voice over what the text is going to be. And boom, your content is done for the day in just 15 minutes. Now let's go into Thursday. Thursday is going to be her relatable POV. So the content idea here is going to be when you're healing, but trying to also look expensive and you only have $7. Why this? Because it's funny, it's real, it speaks to the culture. POV style or like caption humor content is low effort, but also high engagement. You guys know the videos you spend the lowest time narrating or curating or even editing is the one that blows up. You'll be sitting there in a bonnet in your bed and it'll blow up. But the video that you plan and you edit for hours and you curate will like get 200 views. This is going to be her low effort video. The reason why low effort videos work is because they show your personality. You can even film this in your pajamas. It's not necessarily about education. It's just about your overall vibe as a creator. This kind of post is going to build audience loyalty because people are going to feel like they're hanging out with you, not necessarily they have to learn from you. Plus, from a 9 to 5 perspective, Thursday is usually when the energy dips. Why is it raining? It's been raining all week. Why right now? And then that takes us into Friday. Friday is going to be a story time podcast or like a sit down video. A video idea here could be how I stopped my impulse spending while also keeping my same style. And Friday's the best day for this style of video because this is the day that most people are really winding down. Friday's the best day to do this because this is the day that most creators and their audiences are winding down. And this is Jasmine's time to convert, to position her POV in a deeper story-based way. She can talk about how she used to impulse buy outfits in order to make herself feel better, and then how she changed that relationship and what her rules are for shopping right now. And then if she's looking to monetize off of this, she can link a budgeting tool or a budgeting resource that she currently uses. Another thing that she could do if she has a digital product is she could also plug a digital journal that helps her with all of this. And this style of content is thought leadership content. It moves people just from liking her into trusting her. And she doesn't have to film this every single week. She can batch this stuff in advance. But I get it. If you come from a 9 to 5, the last thing you want to do is start batching content on the weekend. So this is how she can do it during the week. So why are we posting 5 days a week? I'm going to say this for the people in the back because I know you understand, babes, but it's for them. 5 posts a week will outperform 7 inconsistent, rushed, half-hearted ones every single time. So by choosing 5 days, Jasmine creates room for rest and her actual life has time to actually engage with her comments instead of rushing to post again. She can batch her content on the weekend and then schedule it and then just chill. This also maintains her creativity energy, which is essential when you are your brand. So her 2 off days are going to be Saturday or Sunday or something like Sunday and Wednesday. Totally up to Jasmine, who we just made up. I think she likes Saturday and Sunday. We're getting too involved into the scenario, but this is her form of consistency, which is also going to equate to longevity. All right, so let's take one of Jasmine's short form video ideas and then we're going to script it together step by step. So we'll take the idea of how being broke made me fall in love with my routines. And before we get into this, we're not writing this to be cute. What we're going to do is we're going to script her video how she would naturally talk on camera. I'm going to use a structure that you can repeat for any of your story-based short form content ideas. So it's the hook, body, and connection framework. So let's break it down. Number one is your hook. This is what happens between 0 to maximum about 10 seconds to get somebody to stop scrolling. Your hook should spark curiosity, make your audience feel seen, or challenge what they thought they knew. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, what unexpected truth am I about to reveal? What moment in this story is emotionally charged? And what would I personally stop scrolling to hear? So for Jasmine, what this could look like is, I used to think routines were boring until I couldn't afford the chaos anymore. And the reason why this works is because it contrasts a common belief. It's also going to intrigue with emotional attention. And then lastly, it hints to a story that's incoming. So now that we have our hook, let's talk about her body. This is what keeps your audience around for majority of the video. The body is what pays you. So what we're going to do in this part is we're going to explain the why and or the how. You're not necessarily just sitting here listing tips, but you're telling a moment. Think one scene, one shift, and one solid turning point that prompted all of this. So I want you to ask yourself, what moment changed my perspective? What is one specific story that brings this to life? How can I demonstrate it visually or emotionally in under 2 minutes? So for example, we could say something like, there was a point where I didn't know how I would pay rent. And weirdly, making my bed, lighting a candle, and writing 3 lines in my journal became the only thing that I could control. And the reason why this works is because we understand that situation. If you've never been there, good for you. I've 100% been there before. It also adds that visual appeal. So as she's saying these things, she's showcasing these things. When she makes her bed, she's showcasing that. The candle, showcasing that. The journal, showcasing that. All of that is like B-roll to help narrate the story. And once again, this is not just, oh, here are hardcore tips. This is you being emotionally tied to her story and pulling in and learning lessons that an average tip video would get, but you're more likely to come back and watch her video again. So then lastly is the connection, aka the call to action. This is where we are going to invite the viewer in. From a story perspective like this, you don't need a hardcore call to action that says, be sure to like and subscribe, because it's going to throw the whole vibe off. You just need a natural next step that's going to encourage conversation or a follow-up or relatability. So I want you to ask yourself, who is this for? What should I say to them directly? What feeling do I want to leave them with? How can I create a space for them to relate and or respond? So in this scenario, what we would say is, if you're rebranding your life and your bank account at the exact same time, I see you, and together we're going to document it here on my page. And this works because it's not salesy. It's encouraging somebody to either save the video or follow or check back on her. She's also building that sense of community by saying you're not alone. And it encourages the follow without having to beg and say, please. Oh, you can tell I'm getting towards the end of this video when I start saying weird stuff. So let's zoom out. You should be scripting your videos like this every single time. I want you to ask yourself, what is the truth that I'm sharing or the moment that I'm unpacking? What scene or memory is going to bring this truth to life? And then what do I want my audience to feel or do next? And if you're sitting here like, but Bree, I'm not a storyteller, I see you in the comments. Yes, you are. If you've ever ranted about something in a group chat, then babe, spoiler alert, you're a storyteller. All right, now let's talk about the whole thing that makes all of this doable, which is your framework. Now listen, I've broken this down into full detail in a previous video where I walk through my entire plan published framework, and I will either link it in the screen or drop it in the description down below. So that way you guys can take a deep dive if you haven't seen it yet, but for now we're just skim through it. So here's what I recommend, especially if you have a 9 to 5 or maybe just a super busy schedule. Monday's your plan day. You're going to choose your story theme for the week, brainstorm 4 to 5 different content ideas that align with that specific story theme. And think scenes, not necessarily scripts. We can always film the scenes ahead of time and then we can add the scripts later on. And then Tuesday is going to be your produce day. This is going to be your batch creation day. Either you film everything that day And then Friday is when you pre-schedule. I know I said publish 2 minutes ago, but as I was talking, I was rethinking. You don't necessarily need to publish all of your content on a Friday. This is where you pre-schedule the posts that you're going to post out for the following week. And while you're pre-scheduling, this is also where you create the captions. This is where you create your thumbnails. If you're doing long terms, you're doing all of the things that finish up and tie up the content that most of us really don't like to do. And because most of your work is already done for the week, this is also where you can engage with your followers and do all of that. Spend 30 to 60 minutes actually talking to your people. You would be caught off guard because a lot of people get surprised when they see somebody responding back to their comments. And for me, it's like, that's my goal. My goal, ideally, is to respond back to 100% of the comments that I get. I get it can get muddy and get messy, but at least spend about an hour or 30 minutes giving back to the people who are pouring into you. This is where you build those connections. So this structure is going to give you flexibility. It's also going to give you focus without burnout. And most importantly, it's going to give you room to breathe, to take in everything that's outside of social media and content, to build relationships with people who are outside of social media. Because let's be real, you're not a content robot. You're a real person with laundry, a full-time job, and maybe even kids and a spouse to take care of. This rhythm keeps your content flowing without you having to feel like you have to post every single day or even have to edit at 1 o'clock in the morning before work. And if this specific schedule doesn't work for you, then switch it up. Maybe your plan day is Sunday after brunch. Or maybe you produce on Thursday nights when the house is fully quiet. Maybe you post 3 days a week and that's what consistency looks like for you. The ultimate key here is to create a rhythm, not a routine that feels like a punishment. So you can absolutely make content creation sustainable, even with a full-time schedule, if you give yourself a system that actually fits your life. So I want to know your specific story theme. Drop it down in the comments, and I want you to use this framework. I'm documenting what it looks like to blank, and I'm using blank and blank to get there. So now you've got the clarity. You've got your story theme, a content plan that actually fits your life, and a system that helps you stay consistent. But the real question is, how do I make money from all of this? And that's exactly what we're diving into in the next video. How to turn your personal brand into income, even if you're a multi-passionate creator who's still figuring things out. So if you're tired of posting for free, then you definitely need to be the person to hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to put you onto all of this in my next video. Be sure to hit that like button if any of this helped. And I will see you in the next video. Love you.